Happy Friday, Mountain Movers. I hope you've had a great week so far. Kevin, thank you for this privilege. It means a great deal to me. These are some big shoes to fill, and quite frankly, this was a harder assignment than I expected it to be, but one that I'm glad to be doing. As I thought about what I wanted to share and what I wanted to talk to you about, it was hard not to reflect on the last 2 years of my life. And it was about that long ago that I started to think seriously about changing my career and where I do it. And the deeper I got into that and the more I started looking at things, it became obvious to me that I needed a lot of help. I needed help analyzing risk. I needed help looking at the change that was going to be involved. But there was another piece that I thought was really very important in all this, and that's I needed to be able to voice and express the fears I had about this, the concerns, the worry, the anxiety, and making such a huge change that I knew was going to affect me, my family, my friends in some cases. It was going to be a big deal. And it was in those connections that my thinking evolved. It was in those connections that my expertise expanded. And most importantly, it was in those connections that I received encouragement. I received positive coaching and mentoring, and my courage grew in all that. And one thing that became abundantly clear that I did not really think about prior was that we're not meant to live in isolation. We're meant to live in community. We're meant to rely on each other and lean on each other. We're meant to encourage each other. And I want to emphasize this next piece. We're meant to love each other. That's how this is supposed to work. And so obviously I was a huge beneficiary as I transitioned a big piece of my life and talked to people and connected with them. And so the challenge I've got for you and where I want to close with this is, how do we go from being beneficiary to giver? How do we connect with people that may need to hear from us? Because I can tell you from my perspective, receiving a simple hello or a simple question on how are things means a great deal to me, especially over the last couple of years. It just helps me, it makes me feel good. And so I encourage you to go ahead and reach out to people. If someone's crossed your mind, or if someone came to mind listening to this, ask them how they're doing. Let them know that you miss talking to them. Tell them you appreciate them, or ask them if they can talk. You never know what kind of positive impact that's going to have on someone. That could be the spark that ignites a conversation that changes their life forever, or yours for that matter. It could also be the one piece that helps them feel known or acknowledged. And we all know how good that feels. But you just never know what the impact will be and where it can go from there. But I know the connection is meaningful. And so with that, I hope everyone has a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend. Now go connect.